So it's admin and 4 ones, and you just click login, and it should log in. There you go. Right, so what we've got here is the 4 channels, the 4 lines. Only one's plugged in.
Yeah.
And your calls are listed at the bottom here. So if I click on that, simple as that, that's playing.
And you can export that file as a WAV or MP3 to a colleague.
Yeah, you can. What you can do is if you go into the settings, you've got three levels: AVL, WAV, and an encrypted XDR format, which is our format.
Right.
Okay. There's a lot of settings in here. Most of you'll never use, but it's configuring the date and time, channel parameters. The one you will be looking at is the SMDR, which gives you your PBX options.
Yeah, bits, stop, parity.
Yeah. All those sort of things. So that would depend if you're using RS-232 or you're using IP.
So it's a legacy system, so it'll be RS-232.
Yeah, so that should work. That's SMDR. You can create a phone book. There's just a lot.
What would you use the phone book for?
We've got customers that use it when a call comes in. It'll pop up and tell you who's calling, because the most common numbers.
Right. Okay.
And also gives you all their details, all the addresses and things like that. So it's quite handy to have. You configure it in there. You can multi-user access.
So
I could
put it into the scenario of a doctor's surgery. If they know the telephone number of the caller, and they want to search, they can't remember exactly what day they called in.
Yeah.
Can they search via inbound caller ID?
Yeah. So what you can do is, you can either do it through the status field. There's a search option here, or through the record field. It's exactly the same, just a bigger screen basically. So you can go in here and say specific date range, this month, week's calls, past 3 days, today's calls. If you go into advanced conditions, and have a look here, it gives you
your to and your from times and days.
Incoming, outgoing, inbound, outbound, missed calls, unbound, unrecorded calls, and you can put the phone number in. If there is an extension, you can search by extension. Talk duration, how long the call was on for. If you're on for 3 hours, but around about 360 minutes or whatever it was, and it'll. If you've put any notes in, you can say, type in the notes, and if you knew it was on a specific channel, you could actually select the channel.
Got you.
Okay, so that's the search criteria. It has built-in FTP, so you can configure an FTP client, which I've got at the moment on this.
So you could just log on to it with an FTP client from another PC and download recordings.
Well, what I've got is I've got a thing called FileZilla.
Yeah.
It's free, and we run FileZilla, and what that does is it looks at the device. So the FileZilla I've got, say for instance in Ghana, I set it up the other day. They've got 70 of these units, and they've got branks all over the country, and all of these guys have got our devices in, and they want it at the main branch. So the FTP service in the main branch just looks at each device and pulls all the calls to a central location.
Okay.
Doesn't take them off the device, leaves them on there, but it has a backup of every call that's made. As the call's finished, it pulls it up. What else would interest you? Okay, like I say, multi-user access. You can create managers.
Yeah, because that'd be good for a lot of the doctor's surgeries have got multiple branches.
Yeah.
Form a conglomerate.
Yeah. So what you could do is allocate a person, say for instance, Joe Bloggs, a password. I'm guessing it'll be different to the others, and set us permissions.
Right.
So he might only be able to listen to calls, whereas you'll log in, you'll be able to listen, delete, email, and change configuration on the device if you want.
Right. So you could have the practice manager with permission
Full
to
access.
everything, and then the receptionist not to be able to delete in case they listen to something that's going to incriminate them.
Yeah, exactly. So she could only be able to listen to it and do nothing else. So if you want her to be able to delete calls, you tick the delete option.
Right. Okay, super. So that's good. The
And you can also
different
change that.
usernames.
You can install this on as many PCs as you want, and you can have 22 simultaneous connections to the device.
Right.
So you can be 22 of you can be logged in at the same time. So hence why monitoring conversations. So if you've got someone that you don't want to have listen to a conversation, just say, don't give them that privilege.
So can you monitor it via the PC as well as the actual recording box?
I'll show you that now. Let me phone.
So for staff training purposes and things like that.
Yeah. Charlie, will you just answer that a sec? Okay, so you'll notice that I've made a call now. It's outbound call.
Yeah.
There's a caller ID. It's in progress. All I click is start monitoring. Hello?
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 Right.
So that's getting a bit of an echo, but you can actually listen to the calls live. So you could be set somewhere else and log in and listen to the call basically, well, and without them even knowing.
Super.
Another nice feature is it does support port forward. So if you are in the US and you want to sit and monitor one of your staff members, you can remote him from the US. Listen to the call. They won't even know you've logged in and are listening to calls or even downloading phone calls.
Right.
So it has that functionality as well. That is done within network settings. And here we
That's not really pertinent to this.
yeah, but I'm just giving you what it can do. So
yeah, it's good to know.
yeah, I mean we've got a lot of these in the police force. I don't know if I told you what they've done is they buy our small 2-port ones, and they put them in all these old age homes, and it's for abusive calls and things like that. And even individuals, the cops will go in there and say, I'm getting harassment calls. So they'll just put this on their line and they can monitor it from their base instead of having to be on site all the time.